Hi guys, and welcome back to another victorious day. Now today we're going to be making a very simple rice and beans recipe with a little side dish. Now I know for a lot of you first time cookers or learning how to cook beginners, it is very hard sometimes to find out where to start. So I'm going to teach you a very simple trick. It is your canned best friends, because I when I was first cooking just used canned foods, and I learned how to turn a canned dish into something very delicious. So we're going to be doing some pinto beans here, some rice, and some plantains. And yeah, I'm just going to teach you a simple way to make something canned taste really good. And we're going to get right to it with the ingredients, guys. All right, guys, besides those ingredients, you're going to need some rice. Now, I've shown you how to make rice on this channel before, but we're also going to tackle it in today's video. So just like a little refresher on how to make good rice and easy rice. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue with this cooking video. All right, we're going to start off with our bell pepper here, and we're just going to go ahead and chop the edge off. I like to poke this little stem out. And then we're going to take the inside out. Like so. Don't be afraid to put your hands in there and just take all the little seeds out. Scoot that to the side, and I'm just going to cut here. Then we're going to cut this into little squares. Some pieces are too big, just go over everything again. That's pretty good size of everything. Just make sure everything's kind of like this size. Moving on with our tomato here. Now, the easiest way for me cutting a tomato is cutting off the sides. And now I like to bring my knife, but I don't slice all the way down. I just stop before I get to the tip, and then I turn it over, do the same. Then I'm going to put it on its side, and I'm just going to slice, and it just makes squares right away for me. It's like the easiest way I've learned. And then when you get to the end, you're just going to slice where you normally would have. And your tomato, for the most part, is all in squares. And don't forget our end piece here. This is still good tomato. Just don't put the little stem piece. Now for our onion, we're going to cut off the sides. And then we're just going to peel away the skin. For me, cutting an onion, I like to go right in the middle. Then lay it like this, and kind of like the tomato method. For me, onions make me tear up, so the faster I cut it, the faster I'm done. All right, that's good. And there we have everything nicely chopped. You can set it off to the side. So you're gonna need a little pot like this. We're gonna set the heat to medium. And we're gonna cook our beans in here. All right, I did half of a can of beans with water to whoosh them all together to make sure I get all the residue out. And that will top off our beans. We're gonna let them here to simmer. And we're gonna cover them. And yes, typically beans inside a can are kind of cooked and you can just heat them up. But this gives it a more homey, homemade meal feel. Now that our beans are boiling here, we're just going to keep checking them. You see how they start opening up? Once more of them are nice and opened up, then you know that they're done and they're soft. To saute our onions, tomatoes, and bell pepper here, we're going to need a pan on medium heat and some olive oil. Just enough to coat the pan. And we're just going to plop our stuff in here. Now, our first seasoning going in is going to be 1 tablespoon of adobo. Now, I know it seems like a lot, but literally only our seasonings are going in here, and then the beans will go in here as well. So this is already our flavoring for our beans. 1 teaspoon paprika and 1 teaspoon cumin. Just gonna stir our ingredients here, guys. So I'm just covering it to make sure our bell peppers cook nice and soft. Don't forget to be stirring our beans over here. Make sure they don't stick to the bottom. We're just trying to get them to a boil until they're nice and soft. This is basically done. I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm just going to move it around a little and I'm going to set it off to the side until our beans are ready. Also, at this point, lower the heat a little and you can leave them uncovered. That way the water won't spill over. All right, it's been boiling here for, I would say, 10, 13 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little switcheroo. And then we're going to pour our beans in here. All mix with our sauteed veggies in there. Make sure all the flavors combine. And keep in mind, I still have it on low heat, so we're still going to let them simmer here to make sure all the flavors set in well. Just going to go ahead and cover it. All right, guys, it's been simmering here for about 5 minutes, and I believe they're done, so we're going to go ahead and turn them off. I have one of these at home. This is typically what I use to cook my rice, which is just a regular rice cooker. It's pretty old, which is why it has some scruffs and the name is almost completely gone. But typically, this is what I use to cook my rice, and it works very well. It's very easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, normally these pots come with this little cup, and it says 160 here, a third, fourth cup. But this is almost like a whole 1 cup, but I normally use this to measure my rice. So my rice over here, I fill it all the way to the top, and that's 1 cup for me. I typically do 3 cups, and that's good for a family of 5 with leftovers. So we're just going to do 3. I literally just fill it up with water and I rinse my rice once. Pretty much going with my hands, just make sure you rinse it. And then I dump this water out. After I rinse my water once, as you can see, it has some numbers here on the measurements. So since I did 3 cups, instead of putting it on the 3 line, I'm going to put it on line 4 of water. Now that I filled my water line, I'm just going to grab some olive oil here and drizzle a little bit like so. And the same with our salt. There really is no wrong or right choice in seasoning rice. You can always add more later. And this is my adobo. And then I'm going to give it a stir. The thing I love about these rice cookers is they really do all the work for you. You just mix everything together and then you just switch the lever and it's on cook now, and then it'll just keep it warm when it's done. So once our light on our rice cooker has switched to yellow, which is warm, we're just going to want to give our rice a whole stir because it helps it like become softer and finish cooking up. So you just give it all a stir, and then you want to wait a good 5 minutes before eating it. Alright guys, we're going to start off with our sweet plantains by cutting off each corner here. And then we're going to slice from top to bottom just the skin, just so it's easier to peel all the skin completely off of our plantains. It's a little tough, but with practice it becomes easier. Now my plantain was already falling apart on me, which is why I'm already cutting it. But you're going to just want to cut it diagonally. Instead of a banana, you cut it in circles. This you're going to want to do diagonally. Now don't even ask me why we cut it diagonally. I just know that's how we do it. But I guess it looks nicer. Who knows? But go ahead and do it like I'm doing it now. Now in a pan, you're going to want to add some olive oil. And we're going to go ahead and set it to medium heat. And then this is for our plantains. You're just going to want enough oil to be able to coat the whole bottom of the plantain about halfway. And I'm just setting on my plantains here. Excuse my pan. We literally used this morning to make our plantains. And basically almost every morning we eat plantains. So that's why it's a little greasy. Once your oil's at this point, make sure you check underneath every so often. Once they're nice and brown, you can flip them. And basically, I like using these skewers. My dad has taught me that they're the easiest thing to be able to flip the plantain. And then you're just going to want to wait until the other side is nice and brown. And they're basically done, guys. And here we have our rice, beans, and plantains. It came out great. I've made this a whole bunch of times, but we're going to taste and take a little bite for you guys. This is definitely hits the spot. It is such an easy meal to make during the week. Very fast to whip up. I literally took, I think, 30 minutes total with the prep work and everything, and it tastes delicious. Now, some would say this is a Colombian meal, which my dad has taught me to make millions of times before. But this specific bean recipe, I did learn myself with some tricks from my dad. But yeah, it's so easy because literally it's whatever type of way you like your beans. If you like them more firm, then you cook them less. If you like them more soft, you cook them more. So yeah, and same with flavoring, seasoning. You guys whip up what you think tastes best. But This is an easy way, and I was glad I was able to share it with all of you, especially for you beginners out there, that a can of beans can taste just as good as cooking your beans from scratch. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I can come up with some more yummy, delicious food recipes for you guys. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Have a victorious day. Bye.